Hey YouTube, what goes on? And welcome back to Disavowed Action Figures, bringing you toy hunt episode number 465. We're back at Ross Dress for Less in Allentown at Airport Road, Airport Center Plaza, looking for some steals, some deals, some cheap Marvel Legends, maybe some Simpsons figures. Who knows what we're going to find. But before we get to any of that, if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It is free for you. It does not cost you anything, and it helps us grow the channel tremendously march to 9,000 subscribers. While you're at it, go ahead and click that bell for notifications, because that way YouTube should notify and tell you when we post new content here to the channel, like our weekly toy hunts, reviews, and live streams. Leave a comment down below, hit that like button, and for daily toy content and daily toy updates, try checking us out over Instagram at disavowed_12. Let's see what they have here inside. All right, so starting up out front here, we got, of course, Pops. We have that, which will probably not sell at all here, but they have to eventually reduce the price on it. Amazingly, no Christmas music playing. Last time I was here, they had Christmas music on. All these Pops, giant Pop right there. E.T. Phone Home, gargoyles, but not much else. I'll have to go check the back. So again, plenty of stuff out. Well, that's certainly new. Giant Titan Hero series, $60. That's a lot of Avengers for $60. I know it's like basic figures, but still kind of cool to see. But that was not out in the past, so they're definitely busting out in all the stuff for the holiday shopping season now for sure. We're in that mode. Over here, there's a lot of cars and things like that. Role play stuff for kids. And back here at the pegs, I've seen a lot of Dragon Ball everywhere I go nowadays, actually. So, sorry I had a cough, so I shut the camera off there. But not seeing anything really jumping out at me. There's the Superman in the back, Seth frickin' Rollins. But yeah, I'm not seeing much. I'm gonna have to do another walkthrough, but unfortunately, I think we're striking out here at the first location. So it's definitely loaded up with a lot of stuff. It is later in the afternoon, so unfortunately, I wasn't here like when things got stocked, but there's a lot of stuff out, so I'm sure people found things earlier, but still a lot of stuff here to look at. A little Robin Ninja Strike in a box. Not seeing anything else down below either. All right, so check this out. This is kind of cool to see. We have our Undertaker on the motorcycle. I've never seen this at Target back in the day. They're asking only $10.99 for that. So yeah, that's kind of neat thing to see. But I don't think there's much else here. I'll dig around and look. If there's anything else I find, I'll show you. But otherwise, we're going to Target next. Well, I was going to skip GameStop, but I'm right here. And if you don't go, you don't know. And, well, frankly, I kind of want to know. So we'll check this before the Target. So super fast clips there inside of GameStop. I think that DC Multiverse pack was new. Let me know in the comments below. If it was new, it's probably in the thumbnail. So maybe that's why I clicked on the video. Check your Target here. I have heard from a good friend of the channel, Six Packs and Knickknacks, that evidently new AEW and G.I. Joe Classified are hitting Targets. So let's go see what's going on. Also, we're in the final week, I think, of that 25% off deal. I got to pull the trigger on something to use that coupon. And there are all the Jean Greys, still all there. What's it, like 20? Incredible. Upside down pillow fart. All right, so first I'm seeing Brutus. That's pretty awesome. So we got the Brutus the Barber Beefcake right here. Look at those eyes, maniacal eyes. More Simpsons plushies. They might be newer plushies, actually. So that's kind of neat. I don't think I'm going to use my deal on it, but Cody Diesel, bunch of razors, got Bret Hart. We'd like to see that Virgil eventually. Haven't seen him yet. Let's put the Barber back up there. So that diver pack that nobody really wants to buy at this point, apparently. There's the deal still going on until the 15th. So that ends, I think, this weekend, actually. Down below, the MCU 2-packs, Superman Godzilla, big old Darkseid. But other than that, you got your bots. I'm not seeing anything I'm looking to spend that coupon on here, unfortunately, as I work my way through. And just to put it out there too, it is basically the holiday shopping season now. So if I suddenly cut the camera, it's because the aisle gets very busy, or there's a kid that comes in. Again, I try not to bother people in these stores. This is why I don't talk too loud in the videos as well. I'm trying to be respectful to the people around me. So just please keep it in mind if it's a sudden cut, and then put the camera right back on again. And NECA and collectibles, a much smaller section than it used to be in this store. Some new turtle stuff. I see Michelangelo there. These last Ronins, which are here, are actually really expensive. some plushies. Got the Mo phone that McFarlane's been floating around down there in the bottom for months now. That's still here. But again, not a whole lot here. I think we're heading to the next location though, by our Ross. So typically speaking, I'm a daytime toy hunter. I try to get out on Saturday mornings and then, you know, Sundays or whatever. However, I have a wedding this weekend. Today's Friday, so tomorrow on Saturday I have a wedding of a close friend's daughter. Make me feel pretty old. So we're trying to do at least one of the hunts tonight. So yeah, Ross Dress for Less, MacArthur Road. Let's hope for some luck on a Friday night. All right, so tons of stuff out here, of course, but is there anything we actually want is the question. We've seen this quite a few times. Here is one of the bendies I always see. There's just so many bendies that are in these locations. More Black Series, another bendy. Let's see what we got in here. Got Dig a Little, some Transformers. I think we've seen that here before. I got this big old thing here. I haven't seen that before, I don't think. More Star Wars. Looks like they did throw some stuff out here recently, because not all of us was here last time I came. Pops. Another one of those guys. So nothing jumping out at me is something I need. I don't see any Simpsons or anything here. This guy's already been liberated. You know, none of it's probably action figures. It's so nice seeing just all the Christmas stock laying out here. So all sorts of Nerf gun stuff, I think, and shoes thrown back here. So we're gonna keep digging around, see if there's any action figures. But I just wanted to kind of show you how much just stuff they have in these stores. So I think I see something new already. There we go. We got a Adam West Batman for $5.99. It looks like they got the Dark Order back in. Evil Uno, Mr. Brody Lee, the regular, not the chase. So much Dragon Ball stuff too that I see in these stores. There is our Anna J. Much different style and presentation now than when she started. Love that these come with the cards, by the way. It'd be so cool to find a chase of one of those too. I think they've probably all dried up by this point, but looking down below, not seeing much else. Again, bendies all over the place, like that Harley bendy. We have the Robin down below. I see some Nintendo stuff right there, and more Dragon Ball. There's the Batman, but I don't think there's anything else. We still check the shelf area. I might just keep it rolling because it's actually pretty empty of people back here. So let's keep it rolling until we can't. There's our little Halloween Peanuts stuff. I'm not going to look through like the dolls and things. I'm just kind of trying to pan through, looking for action figures or stuff that I might be interested in, which fortunately I'm not seeing much of right now. So I think this is a bust. I usually don't do the Friday nights for a bunch of reasons, this being one of them, because I really have rarely found something good on a Friday night at a Ross in this area. So I try to keep it to the weekends as best I can. Weekdays I really don't got it all anymore. So yeah, we rolled the dice here on a Friday. Unfortunately, I don't think we're doing too well here, but we're still hoping to check one more, a couple Targets, maybe a Walmart. So we'll see what we can dig up. Again, if you don't go, you don't know. I kind of want to know, so we're going to check and see what goes on. And in the darkness of night, it's only like 5:30. It looks like it's midnight. We are going to be entering Target, the very friendly confines of the Cedar Crest Target here in Allentown, Pennsylvania. This is where I almost bought the damaged Magic the Gathering Spider-Man last week. I just don't think I can pull the trigger on it. I don't know. I for some reason really would like to have that, but on the other hand, I don't really know like why I need it. I love the buck. I have the Renew Your Vows, but I don't know. was insanely packed. Again, this is why I don't do Friday night toy hunts. I had to put music over the top because there was a kid laying on the ground playing with some toys, and again, I didn't want to narrate with the kid in the aisle, so I just kind of, you know, filmed what was there. So, all right, I think we're on another Target and Ross, and I don't know, we'll see what happens next. So we made it to another Ross, Lehigh Street. Let's see what they have rocking and rolling in here. Could be a win, it could be a loss. You really don't know unless you go and check your Ross. Right now we're 0-2. One more, we're striking out for the hunt, for Ross at least. All right, so front bins, we have a lot of stuff. Here is our whim, so more of that show. And we have, looks like it's a Yoshi hanging out here, light blue Yoshi. I don't think we've seen that before. Black Noir's back again, so they have that again here. Plenty of G.I. Joe shoved up here. There's another one of him. Looks like a bunch of Black Series, but I hate to say they're probably all going to be the ones we always see. Well, there's AEW, Jade, of course. Yeah, it's all the same ones. All the same ones. Transformers. All this G.I. Joe shoved up here. Demona. More Demona. Okay, so we have Simpsons, but it's all the stuff that was here last time. So I don't see any of the Barneys or from that wave at all. And then working our way down on the pegs, more Dragon Ball stuff. So much of that out there. Parks and Recreation. Is that a... Who's that going to be? Oh, is that Leslie? Nope. How much do they want for that? $15. Ross, no way. I think that's so ridiculous that they would ask that much. And then the main section here in the back, again, has stuff, but not stuff I'm looking for the way I can tell. There's the Batman in the back. Down below, Undercut Sports, whatever that might be. Hawkeye, there's another Homer hanging out. The first Homer, I think that one is. More of Skeleton Crew. I think it's the same one we saw up front. More of that one there. But that does make me wonder, because the shelves actually are very packed here. If they are going to restock on a Saturday morning, how they're going to fit stuff. So maybe they won't. Maybe they already did, and this is what we're getting this week. Like I said, I probably won't get here again this weekend. If I do, I'll throw it in the video anyway. But a lot of people were asking about this in the last video. So, of course, the price is wiped off. $12.99 for that shredder. So a lot of people were asking about that in the comments. All these with a Darby South Park vinyl figure. But yeah, I think we're taking the loss here, unfortunately. Again, seeing stuff, seeing more than maybe in other stores, but nothing that I really need, want, or would consider purchasing at this point in time. All right, so Target on Crocks Road. Probably the last video of the night for this toy hunt. However, I don't think I'm going to end it here. I think I'm going to try to maybe later this weekend tack a few more places on. Even if maybe get up tomorrow morning. The wedding's at a little bit later in the afternoon. So, I don't know. Let's go with the flow, right? All right, so main aisle. They do have one of these laying here. I don't know where it came from. I'm going to scan it and see what's on clearance. If not, I'm just going to use that toy deal on this to get it for like the price of a regular figure. So that's not a bad deal if I can pull that off. G.I. Joe otherwise, not much going on here. Pretty much all the same as last week. Down this way, DC Multiverse, same as last week. Metamorpho was the peg warmer over on Yojo Jerk's channel this week, rightfully so. Down below, some Batman stuff. Big old Killer Croc. All your Transformers stuff is there. So you get a good look at that. And then all the divers, they're just hanging around, swimming around, whatever you want to say. Down below, we got some McFarlane statues that look pretty cool. The Motu anniversary pack. And the Captain America that's here forever. So that's about it for this side. Let's check the wrestling. Okay, wrestling side. WWE seems to be all the typical stuff. Nothing jumping out as me being new. Bunch of belts, some Star Wars stuff down below. Hey, check out, there we go, that's cool. We got the Full Gear Swerve Strickland with the chair, the exclusive. It's only $19.99. The regular ones are $23.99. It's interesting that they have difference in price on those. So that's awesome to see. That's actually tempting to use the sticker on that instead. I don't know. I'll have to make a decision to do that in the Fireman. But yeah, other than that, Star Wars, all the typical stuff. Nothing jumping out at me as what we don't usually see. Simpsons, the whole family, the sedan, TMNT country, Jester section. Shout out to Jester. Missed him at Legion's Con this year. I didn't get to go, so sorry, Jester. Next time, hopefully. And yeah, I think we'll go check the collectible section. I'll try to decide what's better to use my sticker, my coupon on, this or the strict one? Now I'm juggling both of these. So back in the collectible section, quick pan, the Mortal Kombats don't seem to really be moving. Same thing with the Avatar, seems to be kind of stuck here. Down this way, nothing new. Haven't seen Street Fighter in a very long time here, unless it's been missing it. Pops, pops, pops. You got a Stewie hanging out right there. So all the pop section. And then NECA down here. We got an Art the Clown, Toonie Tear, RoboCop, some stands, some Beetlejuice, another Art the Clown, Ben Cooper. And seems to be about it. So I gotta make a decision what I'm gonna do with these here. So if you can see it there, went with the Swerve Strickland. I got $14.99 exclusive Swerve, because he swerves when he drives. The Firefighter, I just feel like down the road it's gonna be, I don't know, we'll see. I'm not gonna make any predictions, but got my Swerve, needed it for my AEW shelf. I'm happy with it. So it's the next morning, and I stopped back at Airport Road, and they said boxes of stuff. It's all boxes of stock. I don't know if it's been priced or not. Yeah, it is. So I might dig through here and see what they have. I don't think there's any reason why I can't dig through here. So let's dig through some boxes. All right, so I'm guessing we're not going to find anything I'm looking for, but it's worth at least digging and looking and seeing what's in here. All right, box number 3. Looks like it's all just, you know, kid stuff and everything, no figures or anything. Yeah. All right, last one. And again, a lot of statues and busts and stuff, it looks like. But I don't see any Marvel Legends or anything in here. Just for the record, they did tell me I was allowed to do this. They said go for it. So, all right, so as a combination of me getting out so much last evening in the stores and being out earlier this morning than usual, you're probably gonna get a longer video. Hopefully it doesn't bother anybody. But we are at Ross at South Mountain Way in Easton. Could be a win, could be a loss. You don't know. Let's check your Ross. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna start at the pegs. There's some of these little mini toys, which if you saw my last video, I actually bought the Beavis and Butthead ones at the Spirit Christmas store for actually pretty good prices. Not seeing anything new here that would interest me on the peg here. We've seen the Triclops already, so he's here. Down this way, let's see, just so much Dragon Ball stuff in all the stores. It's crazy. Of course, there's some Star Wars. See that all the time. And again, if you aren't seeing these things in your stores, hopefully you don't think I'm complaining too much, or I apologize if it annoys you that I'm like, oh, there's nothing here, and you have less than this. I get it. And I get how the stores are. N and J, AEW. It's a good figure. I bet I already have it. Lots of the Thing, Frankenstein, more of the busts, statues. Down there, looking to be a lot of the same. We see here, we got a Sonic, some cars, we got Dice, Darby Allin, so much of the regular stuff it looks like. What's this down here? X-Men 97, Mask of Light. Okay, I saw that and got excited, maybe something cool, but yeah, not looking for a nightlight today. Down here, more Evil Uno for Dark Order. So looking like a lot of the normal, a lot of the regular. Nothing at this point. If I actually saw a Hulkbuster Marvel Legend, I think I'd probably not believe my eyes. I was seeing like a mirage, because that stuff either never hit this area or it was just, you know, grabbed really quickly. Seth frickin' Rollins, and then some dolls and stuff. So I think we're out of luck here. This Ross quickly working its way down the list of ones I might consider skipping on weekends anymore until I really start hearing that it's, you know, loaded up with stuff. But all right, so we got some more stores to hit in this area. So again, probably extended video. Grab yourself some popcorn, kick back, crack open a beverage, see what else we can find. All right, so we always say have your head on a swivel. So I just decided to, you know, that and reach, and nothing too exciting, but there is our Iron Man. I'm pretty sure I have this one already. $9.99, because I know it was in stores last year. So I think I have this, never opened it. It's a good Iron Man to have for sure. But yeah, at least on something that we haven't seen this year yet. Oh, and to answer a question from our previous video, when is it acceptable to listen to Christmas music? I don't know if it's acceptable or not, but it started playing on 100.7 LEV, which is the local radio station. So yeah, I'm in on the Christmas music. Here we go. Let me know in the comments. It's too early, I know, but it's playing on FM radio. I gotta listen to it. So I think this is the 5th Ross of this toy hunt. 6, I think, if you count that I went to Airport Road twice. So yeah, we're definitely taking major losses at Ross. All right, so we definitely have Skeleton Crew, of course, a bunch, and something Pokemon. We got a Nintendo, Transformer, and of course, wouldn't be Ross though if that was there. Yeah, and a Darby. E.T. Demona. And Pops. All right, so check this out. They do have the Carl. I was hoping to find the Barney for my buddy Six Packs and Knickknacks. So that's crazy that wave's even hitting here. And then back that way, a bunch of Bendies. Those guys got more Simpsons. It looks to be, yeah, Homer, Krusty, and Bart. So we've seen all those before, unfortunately. They do have Motu though too. So oh, that's new, Clam Champ. And we've seen Michelangelo, Leonardo. So we're finding new stuff now, finally, after what, technically 6 Rosses. But oh, it's not the one I was looking for, unfortunately. But still, oh, there's more up here. Bart. Oh, Barney, they have him. Nice, $7.99. That's awesome. I'm getting that. I already have my own, but my buddy Six Packs literally like army builds these things. It's kind of like his whole thing. It's like his little avatar. So yeah, we're taking that for him. I don't think he needs the Carl, but yeah, that's cool. New stuff, finally. Only took 5 or 6 Rosses to find some good stuff. Actually, I just realized this is the newer Bart. So they have almost the entire wave, just no Bumblebee Man. Unless he's laying here. Oops, I fumbled it there. Unless I missed Bumblebee Man somewhere here. I can't imagine somebody just take him. But awesome, all right. Found some good stuff. All right, so I didn't hear back from Six Packs and Knickknacks, so I ended up leaving the Barney behind. I'm sure I'll find more down the road. He also checks stores pretty often. So still great to see those for sure. But yeah, had to plan ahead there, right? Had to make sure I was being smart. So here's the Target, and it's across the highway, Easton Dry Island Way. Also, I have a question of the week for you once we get in here. Question of the week once we're inside the store. All right, so Disney location here for Marvel. Looks like they jettisoned an entire peg of her. It's supposed to be the Iron Spider. I don't know what's going on here. What am I missing? What am I forgetting? Toy collectors, and of course, still no Thanos inside lockback in the stores yet. All right, so the separate wrestling area than the other action figures. It's kind of like a couple aisles over. It's kind of weird. There's all your Shawn Michaels. Thought that was falling for a second. Oh, lots of turtle stuff. The 4-pack that they always make that always goes on clearance. That's about it. I'm so pissed off at myself. I used that coupon last night on the Swerve Strickland, which is a pretty good figure, but I could have gotten another police officer for 25% off. That sucks. Dang it. That sucks. Huh. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Other than that, G.I. Joe stuff, DC Multiverse stuff, bots. You know what? I wonder if I can get A Tizzle, the girlfriend, to send me a screenshot of her coupon. Let's try that. Let's see what I can do here. Wouldn't mind getting another police officer at a good price. All right, so A Tizzle, the girlfriend, to the rescue. Just called her. She was able to navigate the app and screenshot her coupon. And again, the coupon ends today, the 15th. So I think I'm getting a cop, another police officer, for the collection so I can display both portraits for 25% off. So I'll let you know if it works. I don't see why a screenshot would not work. It's the same thing as showing it on your phone. So, well, let's give it a roll, see what happens. Then their NECA collectibles section. Usually it's left wanting. I would say there's not a lot of stuff in this section. They have another section that's always packed with stuff. This one they kind of don't put as much. Oh, there's a Pee-wee. They brought Pee-wee back. Shout out to Toy Gains. Pee-wee. They said the more people bought Pee-wee, they make more Pee-wee characters. So there's Barney and Mo, loving The Simpsons. So check the other NECA section, then it's question of the week time. Let's see if we can buy this. All right, so question of the week. Greeting cards, birthday cards, Christmas cards, wedding cards, any type of card. Are they dumb? My whole life I've hated buying cards. I have no problem. In fact, I look forward to gifting people different items, monetary items for weddings, whatever it might be. I guess maybe sympathy cards I kind of get because you may not see the person, so it's like a condolences thing. But I always buy the cheapest card possible because I'm giving a good gift usually, because that's how I roll. But leave in the comments. Cards in general, dumb idea, good idea, should they go away? I don't know. I've just never been a card guy. Now let's go see if Target lets me get another G.I. Joe thing. Okay, so success with the toy item. I mean, I figured it would work, but you just never know. There's the DPCI also if you need that. So this was at the Lower Nazareth Easton Dry Island Way store. So I got my second cop with tax for $26.24. That's a deal. Until they show up at Ollie's in 2 years for $13, then I'll buy more. So that was just Jaff Comics on Nazareth Pike. Great store. Highly suggest checking it out. Great selection of comics, toys, games, Pokemon cards, everything you want. Now we're at the Walmart on Linden Street. All right, so King of the Owl status here at the Linden Street, Bethlehem Walmart. But I think we're going to call it a hunt. So if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It is free for you. It does not cost you anything, and it helps us grow the channel tremendously. March to 9,000 subscribers. While you're at it, go ahead and click that bell for notifications, because that way YouTube should notify and tell you when we post new content here to the channel, like our weekly toy hunts, reviews, and live streams. Leave a comment down below. Hit that like button. And for daily toy content and daily toy updates, try checking us out over at Instagram at Disavowed_12. Hey everybody, if you're going toy hunting this week, please try remember the 3 P's of the toy hunt: patience, persistence, most of all politeness. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs.